Hey everybody, it's Rebecca, Cedar Creek Bottoms. It's cold here. Sister doesn't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. Ella doesn't want to go outside. But guys, we're going to go outside. So y'all come with us on our journey while we check out the farm. We're outside. Let's check out the farm, see what all has happened with the frost that we had last night. The hydrangea, as you can see, is still doing just fine. Blooming away, surprisingly. Our weather is just weird. So, fire pit still looks great. Hydrangeas we planted down there are chugging along. One of our purple plum trees doing just fine. Plants over here are still doing okay. Those strawberries have got to get on the ground. They've got to get planted. The hostas, still trying to produce, still trying to overcome the company that sent them. I hate to say it that way, but that's their main problem. It's a company that sent them. Let's check in the greenhouse, make sure none of the plants in there got hurt. What's in the greenhouse? Well, really it's just some tender house plants that we overwinter in the greenhouse. So on those cold days, we bring them in here. That way they get an extended season. Here where we are, we bounce back and forth between cold and warm still. So I hate to put them in the house for the carport just yet, because we are still going to have a lot of cold days. And still have a lot of warm days. It's the strangest thing when you have winter in the south. It never gets cold and stays cold. So I want the plants to stay outside as long as possible. I mean, look here. We still have blooms on plants. So even though we got frost, things are still, I guess, not thriving, but doing just fine. Hey, Marshall. So Marshall has a run from that fence post all the way to that tree. So he is not tied to a tree. He loves to play. He's actually done better since we shortened his run than he used to. He's not broke the run as many times. He was taking and doing a flying leap at the end of the run just for the fun of it. So we have since had him fixed and shortened his run, and he's doing just fine now. But this is Marshall, guys. This is a wild grape that we have just left to grow on here. We're going to see how it does. Let's go around here and check on the chickens. Big trees still have leaves. The pawpaw far off in the distance over there, there's two of them. They still have leaves. The beans in the garden still have leaves. So there's a lot of stuff that has not been hurt yet by this frost. Now, will it get hurt? It will. It will. That is the nature of the beast come winter. You know, that's what happens. things kind of die back. But then spring comes and it all renews again. So that's circle of life and all. Chickens need a new watermelon. I'm going to have to throw them one in there in a little bit. It's still early. We have a grapevine growing here too that we're going to see how it does. Let's go see if we have any new babies in here. They always pick the coldest nights to have the babies. What do we have down here by the gate? That is a mojito mint. We planted it along the fence line here, hoping to, get some good smelling stuff along with the protection that mints offer against bugs and things. Trouble's doing his usual. Over there asleep, enjoying the sunshine. I have a ton of buckets to fill up with rabbit poo. Now this one did get hurt a little bit by the frost. Let's see what we got. We changed out some waterers in here. This is Porter. This is Clyde. This is Romeo. Romeo is named Romeo because he wants his petting. He just wants that petting. None of our bunnies are mean, but this one loves his petting. This is Rexanne. This is old Whitey. He's a 8-year-old white New Zealand male. Hey, Samson. Love Mr. Sampson's fur there. This is Jack and Haley Ann, I think. So we have Jack and we have Diane. And Diane is just an old doe. She doesn't like to have babies anymore, but Jack still likes to do his thing. So we let him have Diane there. This is Dark Chocolate. Let me see if we have any babies in this nest. Nope, nothing in there yet. So what does the inside look like? Looks like that right there. They take the nest and they dig a hole in the back. And that is how they do their nest. Now this nest is reserved for a bunny that's sharing somewhere. This is Mr. Harry. He's supposed to have been a mini Rex, but I don't think there's anything mini about him. And this is Old Doe. She's also 9. She's a retirement bunny here, and same for Old Whitey. They never got real names. The names stuck, and that's just what they have been since. There's Trouble again out there enjoying his sunshine. He's just like, y'all leave me be. This is our feed barn. This is Bunny. We have Bunny and Foo-Foo. She has no babies in there. This one is just a blue American doe. We have Americans that we raise, blue, white, and black. The blue is the main breed that we raise. The black is not recognized, whereas the white is. But you gotta have some of the black to make the blues better. So we have all 3 colors. Okay, sisterly bunnies be. We got some work to do over here with some of these bunnies in here. We've got poop to clean out and all that good stuff. So we'll get that done today, hopefully. This is Harley. He's another, supposed to be Rex mix. At least they didn't say he's mini, because he's not mini by no means. This is Baby Lop. She was never supposed to stay, so that was her name, and it kind of just stuck. This is Hershey back there, and Hershey's babies. Love that one that was up here a minute ago, that gray Harley looking color. These are just cute little babies. Cute, cute, cute little babies. This is Miss Harley Q. She has a nest back in there, but I do not see any babies in it yet. So she'll be due in the next day or two. She has pulled a lot of fur. This girl doesn't have a name yet because she's not staying. This is Juliet to go with Romeo. She has pulled herself a nice little nest. This is Delilah. Let me check the nest. we have babies. There are babies in here. I'm not going to hold these up long. But look at there. We have babies. All right, excuse me, Mama. There you go. I will check you out later. But we have babies, guys. Never fails. The coldest night always brings it out. All right, Miss Portland, how are you doing? Portland is brother to Porter, the first bunny we showed you. And they are our second generation of American Blues. We had Phoebe and VB. VB, which we called Sam. And we had Phoebe, which was her name, Phoebe. And they are the producers, the parents of Portland and Porter. And this one is unnamed. I'm not sure if she's going to stay or not. She's a youngish buck, youngish doe, not ready for breeding yet. But she's getting there. So we have a lot of things going on in the rabbitry. We've been repairing some cages, changing out cages, changing out waterers, changing out feeders. You know, it just never fails. Things get old over time. So we're going to walk around and we're going to show you the garden over here where Mark was planting greens, garden number 4. See what kind of update we have over here. Got our hunting blind up. And the green field out there and the feeder planted. Let's see what we got over here. We have seeds sprouting. It is beginning. See all the little seeds? It's beginning. So all of that's planted and starting to grow. And this was just broadcast through here. As you can see, it's growing too. So this is garden number 4. Now, I don't know if he planted this whole thing or not. But I see stuff growing, so I guess he did. That's a pretty big garden. Hopefully that's not all greens, because that's a lot of greens. I do know even if it is greens, we'll till it in over spring next year when we get ready to start the next gardens. And it'll be good organic matter to help build up the soil. We'll lime it again also. Alright, let me show you this. We have a new green patch planted right there also. Australian winter peas and oats and stuff like that are in there. Because we do have deer that come out of those woods right there. So we did start a green patch there. Alright, these are our pawpaw trees. They're still looking good. Hopefully next year they'll start producing some pawpaws. We have 3 at his mom's house as well, and they are huge compared to these 2. So they will definitely, as long as the weather allows, have some pawpaws on them next year. And then that's another fig tree right over there. Yep, that's our meat bird possible tractor, also greenhouse extension. We're not sure what that's going to be. It's an old greenhouse frame that the cover ripped on, and it was just as cheap to buy a whole greenhouse as it was to buy just a cover. So that's what that is. Alright, sugar cane is still up. Has not been hurt yet. We are going to come through here and just cut everything down and plant the big pieces and mulch it really heavily, see what happens next year. Hopefully it will all return. If not, we will just, replant. Wish for the best. This year was not a good year for sugarcane. It just never got really hot enough. Okay. Bean poles is going to be coming down soon. This is all that we have not harvested of the sweet potatoes. That's all that's left. Running butter peas. So let's see if there's anything in here. I have not found. Well, there's baby peas again. I have not found any that are mature though. This is my husband's peas that went crazy and ran everywhere. Yep, peas. Peas ran up these trellises. So yeah, all of this vine and no beans. A lot of vine for there not to be any beans to harvest. So this was the last of my seed, I think. I may have to see if I can find some new seed somewhere for this. The downside is this was an heirloom. There's another green one, but it's not ripe. I can't save seed from that. So I don't know what I'm going to do to get seed, because this was a variety that a family had grown for a long time. I may be able to get some. I don't know though, so we'll just have to see. Alright. So lots of vines, lots and lots of vines. No mature beans still. It's just wild how that works. I've not found one mature bean on this plant all season long. And these peas are growing again, and we're going to have to take those suckers out. And next year, we will see a Marshall. Y'all remember us talking about we took all the dirt out of, all the grass out of flower beds? That's part of where we piled it. Hey, Scout. We moved Scout to a new run because he barks when his owner is home and not playing with him. My husband is currently asleep, so barking dog and sleeping husband do not go together. Alright, so let's check on everything else while we're out here. We are headed towards the front garden where we have a lot of really good growing greens going at the moment. But right now we are at the fence where the hostas were planted. So let's look at the hostas, give you an update on them. Now, let's talk about the horseradish plant right there. It is not doing well. If anybody knows what I need to change for that poor little horseradish, please let me know. Because I want horseradish to get established. So I may be growing it in the wrong place. You may have some tips for me. I don't know. But y'all look how well these irises are doing over here. Look at that. So these are growing exceptionally well. All of these varieties here. I've gone through and every one of the 45 has growth. All of them. We have also made sure and replaced any of the blackberries that were not doing well. So there is a blackberry on every post now. Starting right there. I don't remember if I put one on the first post or not. Let's go down here and look. I did. There's one on that first post too. Yep, it is doing well also. Yep. So all the way up to the fence, to the road, and down to the power pole is now a blackberry on every metal fence post. After the power pole over there, there is 2 elderberries, And we will finish out that row of fencing with elderberries over time. And then on the fence line over there by the greenhouse, we have scuppernongs. There are 2 planted over there, and I have 3 more to plant. So we will be getting that done soon. We have 2 limelights that we just put out here. Hopefully they do well and overcome their transplant shock by spring, because these will look gorgeous at the entrance of our property here. And yes, that's a main road. Alright, so this is one of our apple trees. This one is Gala. As you can see, it's doing well. We have 2 muscadines here. We just have to put the fence up for them to run on. Then we'll get them pruned down. So hopefully we'll get that done this winter to where they can be ready for spring to produce new vines and growth. This is our other apple. I think this one's a Jonathan or a Black Arkansas. I really can't remember. It has struggled a little more this year. This one, when we planted it, it did not struggle, but it has not performed as well. Now the Gala, when we planted it, it struggled, but then overcame. So that might have been what this one needed to do, struggle and then overcome. We do still have a small cherry up there. We have an apricot. We have 3 peaches now, 1 from seed and 2 that were some sort of grafted variety that we got at the store somewhere. So those are doing well. Let's walk over here to the front garden to where I can give you an update on all this. Alright, so we have cabbages. They're all doing well considering. Now we do need to come out and give them some fertilizer and all. I don't see any of the onions up yet. This is my husband's greens though. And guys, I cooked greens the other night and they were delicious. Let me tell you, if you have not cooked them in some sort of broth, like chicken broth or beef broth, you need to. That was a total game changer for me. Total game changer. Alright, so I forgot, we have Brussels sprouts here that are not coming up that I can see still. We have broccoli that is starting to come up. See the little green heads right there? And then we have collards, or I think they're collards. They're starting to come up as well. And spinach on this aisle. See the little greens right there? They're just starting. They're slow growing because the temperatures have changed. And then this aisle, we planted little English peas, but I doubt they're going to do good. It's just too late in the season for them. For our area, that is. And they are not wanting to grow. Now, here I have Black Magic Kale and La Ciento Kale. They're in the same row, and yes, they are overseeded badly. But this was a germination test, and then to see how well they grow, which one's the better variety for home gardeners. As you can tell, we have a lot of different conditions in this soil in just one row. So it's kind of got a lot of different conditions that it's exposed to. Same thing for this row here, where we have cherryette, I think, radishes, and sparkles. So as you can see, one side is not here, but the other side is. Now, as we get further down into a different type of soil, then you start seeing both varieties. Okay, so like right here, we have cherryette and sparkles. Okay, so both of them are all the way down. So I think that the clay soil with more sunlight is doing better for the radishes. Alright, then we have garlic. So let me walk back up here and show you our garlic. It is coming up. It is looking good. So this is variety 3 here. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. There it is. Variety 3. And then variety 4 picks up about halfway down. Remember where the stick is. And then you come back up this side with variety 2 and variety 1. So this is variety 1, and as you can see, it is doing great. It was the first one to come up. Variety 3 has started to come up, but it's a little slower and a little behind. Okay? But it is there. And then we get down here to where variety 4 and variety 2 pick up. And as you can see, again, variety 4 is coming up slowly. Let's see if I can find it again. There's one of them. There's another one of them. There's another one of them. They're just very, very tiny. That's variety 4. Variety 2 is not doing much better, just to be honest. So we're going to come back and plant some more in with these, probably this week. We may do a video on it. We'll see. Of course, we did a video on it already. It just, of course, filmed without any volume and all that, and it just did not do well. So we're going to plant more of these 2 varieties of garlic. And we'll probably actually plant more of all 3 varieties of garlic, just for the simple fact that, you know, we like garlic. And the ones that are doing well may end up being the only ones that we have for next year. Love our pond. We have 2 of them. Now, our ponds are not huge, but they're big enough. This pond is actually going down some, which is a little surprising given the amount of rain we have had for the year. I think we have a leak down here under the dam. So that dam goes across to the other pond. Alright, this is the garden I call my garden all the time. We're just letting it sit here this year. We're going to plow it under again and plow it under again, and then we're going to put weed block fabric on it and plant it next spring. So that is where this garden is standing, because it is growing a lot of weeds due to not having anything over it. You want to keep weeds out of your garden? Mulch it. That is how you keep weeds out of your garden, because if you don't, weeds will grow anywhere they can make contact with soil. Okay, this is pond number 2. And out there we have our failed attempt at bees. We moved our bees here from our other property, and all of our bees left us. They do not like this property for some reason, but we will try again. I'm so glad to see our mints coming back. I thought we had lost our mints. We have ginger mint, lavender mint, pineapple mint, Kentucky kernel mint. We have sweet mint, chocolate mint, peppermint, and spearmint. Now, notice all of my blackberries are running to the soil. Now, want to know how I propagate blackberries? Look right there. That's how I propagate blackberries. They just run to the soil and self-root. So we will get these potted up and ready to plant in the next couple of days before we get that hard freeze. Guys, that's everything we got for our video today. Y'all make sure you like, let us know that we're doing good. Make sure you comment, let us know some things you want us to teach you. Make sure you share, that helps us the most by getting new eyes on our videos. As always, subscribe. That helps us know that we need to keep putting out videos as well. Hit that bell to where that notification tells you every time something new comes out. And guys, till next time, that's everything. Cedar Creek Bottoms. Bye guys.